Introducing first in the corner to my right, representing Blackpool Combat Club, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 191 pounds, he is the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Wheeler YUTA! And his opponent, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 170 pounds, the young prodigy, Marcus Mathers!
This is not false bravado on the part of Marcus Mathers. He is ready for this test. It's one thing to be mentally ready, and then it's another for that bell to ring and Wheeler YUTA to hit you. Maybe, just maybe, his game plan will change at that point.
As good as Marcus Mathers is, I do not know that he can beat Wheeler YUTA on the mat. He's going to have to keep this one probably in the air.
Whether it's on the air and even standing. I mean, Wheeler YUTA being under the guidance of competitors like John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, William Regal. He's learned how to up his striking game as well, so I think you're right. If Marcus Mathers wants a chance, he's going to have to take to the air, but he's also not going to back down either.
Marcus Mathers has got to be careful not to get caught sleeping. Because I'll tell you what, might be tough to wake up from that one.
We saw Marcus Mathers go one-on-one with Aaron Rourke this past Thursday at Wrestling Open. You can catch that on demand anytime on IWTV, but I think you'll remember this, DC. What did Marcus Mathers end up winning that match with?
One with that seatbelt hold, Paul. A signature of Wheeler YUTA's.
Yeah, so I mean, he clearly was able to compartmentalize. Even though he had Aaron Rourke in front of him, he had an opening present itself, hit that seatbelt, and he was able to get that win. So it shows that Marcus Mathers can do it all.
Certainly, but Marcus Mathers right now all tied up as Wheeler YUTA floating over into a pinning combination. Marcus Mathers bridging out. Wheeler YUTA taken down with a waistlock.
Now getting back to his feet is Wheeler YUTA. Standing switch. Face first goes Marcus Mathers. And now Wheeler YUTA standing tall here and giving the flex right back to the young prodigy Marcus Mathers.
Young prodigy Marcus Mathers circling Wheeler YUTA. Now looking to square up maybe a Greco-Roman knuckle lock, a test of strength. Maybe similar size to both these competitors. I got to think that Wheeler YUTA is a little bit more well-conditioned as he is trying to do his best to keep Marcus Mathers grounded.
And I think for Marcus Mathers being at such a young age, he's still trying to find that conditioning, find that strength. As Wheeler YUTA knew exactly what he could do right there. He knew he had plenty of time to get that, just to get where he wanted Marcus Mathers' body to go.
Well, it doesn't matter how much time you spend in the gym, there's always going to be vulnerable spots on your head and face. Wheeler YUTA knows how to exploit that perfectly to his advantage. Great counter from the hammerlock.
Arm drag takeover. How about two? Mathers back to his feet, tries a third. YUTA saw that coming. Missed on the senton. Off the ropes goes Mathers, legs swept. Lateral press, Mathers up to his feet. Tries a high kick, misses. Off the ropes, ducks that shot. Go behind, holds on to that wrist. Continues to hang on here.
Both athletes jockeying for position, and YUTA with the snapmare.
Up to his feet, ducks under. Here comes Mathers, able to, at the last second, it looked like he was going to completely miss on that, and then his feet caught the head of YUTA and spun YUTA down to the floor.
Well, YUTA's down on the floor. He's going to be careful. Running back in.
Runs right into a chop. And now Mathers taking a second to think about it.
Oh, that was a little bit low, too. That catches you under the chest. That could do some serious damage to your abdomen. And now Marcus Mathers firing away a shot of his own on the chest of Wheeler YUTA. YUTA, one of the few wrestlers to use the pandemic to jump up their game in pretty much every possible rateable category.
Shot to the chest of YUTA. Oh, Absolutely brutal right back from Wheeler Yuta.
Not a gunshots in the street of Worcester. Chest chops here at the White Eagle in Worcester, Massachusetts. Back and forth they go. Wheeler Yuta sending Marcus Mathers into the ropes. Marcus Mathers with a counter. A spinning soul butt to the midsection and a running neck breaker.
Able to hit that neck breaker, and now Mathers feeling very good about his position, and there is a running forearm. Kick. Gonna try to spring him forward. No. Mathers didn't have it. Yuta lands on his feet, catches him, snaps with the body slam, and the senton to follow.
That time it connected. And you see Yuta has so much poise right now. Just knows when to take the moment to regain his bearings, regroup his thoughts. I mean, Paul, so much of wrestling is mental just as much as it is physical.
A lot of mental games at play, and for Wheeler Yuta, I said this about Lio Rush and Dustin Flash Waller this past Thursday at Wrestling Open. For Wheeler Yuta, this has to be like looking in a mirror in so many ways, because just a few years ago, here in Worcester at Uncharted Territory, Yuta was a young prodigy. Yuta was the one who was the young kid trying to work his way up. And now the roles have been reversed, so he knows exactly, mentality-wise, what Marcus Mathers is going through right now.
Well, Marcus Mathers, what he's going through right now is about to have his arm broken. Could have been a broken elbow, dislocation at the shoulder. And Marcus Mathers, who likes to utilize those springboards, if you don't have your upper body strength, you're not going to be able to pull yourself to the top rope to jump off, Paul.
And Mathers trying to pull himself up to his feet. Wheeler Yuta says, let me give you a hand.
Oh, yeah, he gave him a hand.
In more ways than one right there.
The welt starting to form on the chest of Marcus Mathers. Wheeler Yuta, former independent wrestling champion, main event of American Round of 22 Blackout against Timothy Thatcher.
There's another kick to the shoulder. Remember, it was right here where the next generation of Beyond, the current generation of Wrestling Open, came out to confront Wheeler Yuta, Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, as Yuta makes a cover and gets a 2 count. And Marcus Mathers is right alongside those names like Alec Price, Ichiban, Kylon King, Dustin Flash Waller. So for Yuta, maybe this is more than just a wrestling match against Marcus Mathers. It's to show that next generation what's up.
Of course, still to come, we will see Lio Rush versus Alec Price, first time ever. Masha Slamovich teams with AKIRA against the Eliminator Cup Tag Team Champions, the Miracle Generation.
There is a kick right on the money. Yuta got caught as he is trying to check his current location after that shot by Marcus Mathers, and the young prodigy able to buy himself some time.
Well, in Yuta's absence, Marcus Mathers has amassed quite the following here in Worcester, Massachusetts. Another match on today's card where we are seeing a split reaction from the crowd, and you know that can be so tough when you need to turn to them to feed off their energy to try and find your second win. You got fans on both sides screaming for both men.
Definitely a split crowd as Mathers goes up top, going to try to take to the air. Caught the high cross body, and Marcus Mathers is back alive.
Marcus Mathers, big running forearm. Yuta still in the corner. Follows it up with a boot, now looking for a snapmare of his own, rolls through, and a kick to the side of the head of Wheeler Yuta. He's not done. What a combination from Marcus Mathers. And now the Blue Thunder Bomb, still not looking for a pinfall. I think he's taking too much time.
It's the Lyon Salt.
And finally going for the pin, and unfortunately just off the mark on the Lyon Salt, doing a lot of damage to the legs of Wheeler Yuta, which he also tried to fold up. But you gotta wonder if he landed flush on the lateral press, went right into the pin. This could have been over.
Definitely off the mark with that Lyon Salt, and that's not something people think about. They usually see a Lyon Salt, they go, wow, that's very beautiful, well executed, but it's really where you land that has the telling sign of how much damage you're going to do. And Yuta, his legs got caught, but his shoulders, his upper body, that was fine, able to get that shoulder up at 2.
Marcus may be looking for a Canadian Destroyer, got shrugged off right into the pin now. Wheeler Yuta so smart with the way that his hands were placed on the heels to push Marcus off, to bring it back up. That Olympic style slam, Marcus had a counter for with the arm drag.
Go behind cradle, pops up, into the cutter, he got it.
And now Yuta is backed into the corner. Marcus Mathers, a big running knee right to the clavicle. That's the easiest bone in the body to break.
Hooks the leg.
Oh man, that was close. And boy, how smart of Marcus Mathers too to roll Wheeler Yuta away from the ropes.
Shoulder up at 2, says referee Tyler Calloway. Marcus Mathers, he's not showing signs of frustration, but he is thinking about what his next move is going to be. Usually somebody at his age gets very frustrated. They look shocked that they weren't able to pull it off. But Mathers being a little more calculated, it seems like.
Big stomp to the midsection. Yuta trying to cover up. Now Marcus trying to grind him out a little bit, keeping Yuta on the mat.
Now Mathers perhaps going to go up to the top rope.
No, but this is where the rookie is going to make a mistake. He wanted to make sure that he had the fans firmly behind him. Couldn't even find his footing. Yuta comes charging in, rolls through. Oh man, stopped in the center of the ring. A 1-foot drop kick, a sick kick, whatever you want to call it.
Yuta getting fired up. That passion, that burning desire clearly on display here against Marcus Mathers.
Gotta be careful not to get disqualified. Biting his opponent, uncharacteristic of Wheeler Yuta. You're gonna think that Marcus Mathers has gotten under his opponent's skin at this juncture in the matchup.
Yuta might just call that maturation, as he was able to hit that double chop. Going to try that Olympic slam. Got it.
Well, I don't think that Yuta came in here thinking that he was going to have a cakewalk against Marcus Mathers, but maybe Marcus proven to be a little bit more resilient than what he was ready for.
Mathers definitely bringing the fight to Wheeler Yuta, and now Yuta bringing it back tenfold as Mathers down on the mat. Now Yuta is going to go up top.
Could this be an unnecessary risk from the Ring of Honor Pure Champion?
Maybe he wants to make an exclamation point.
Oh man, and that time he found the mark. 1, 2, 3. No!
Oh, Mathers out at 2.
Big splash from Wheeler Yuta coming down on Marcus Mathers, but Marcus Mathers kicking out, leaving his arm vulnerable. There you see a chicken wing with the clutch across the face.
As he is dangerously close to putting that pinky finger in the mouth, but he has it right across the chin. And Mathers
so much torque on the neck, so much torque on the shoulder. Mathers looks like he's fading. If his arm falls one more time, the ref's gonna call it. Oh, inches away from this match being over.
Mathers able to keep that arm up, and now he is giving that bite right back. As he goes to the bottom rope. How about that? For giving a little back to the veteran, at least as far as this match is concerned, Wheeler Yuta.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. There you see Marcus biting the hand of Wheeler Yuta.
You can hear this split crowd in Worcester as Yuta perhaps not feeling the love he thinks he deserves here tonight at the White Eagle.
Well, I'll correct you there. There's one thing to say about Wheeler Yuta. As much as he's come along, the crowd that he rolls with now, he does not have one entitled bone in his body. He has worked hard for everything that he's gotten to become one of the premier wrestlers in North America today.
I agree, but it may not be entitlement. It's just as sometimes when you leave your home, you come back and you expect things to stay the same, but they're moved around a little bit.
Well, fair enough. Oh, man, that was a nasty spill from Marcus Mathers. Head first into the beams that keep the ring together. Obviously not intended for any competition outside of the ropes, but, and that chain is doing more harm than good as Yuta grabbing him by the necklace. And now looking to suplex him from a higher position, too.
Going up to that second rope, maybe going to try a superplex from this position. Can he pull it off? He got it,
and
but
still
he's hanging
holding
on. Gonna try number 2. Mathers reverses into the turnbuckles.
Spinning neck breaker, Yuta's out. Marcus Mathers is out. The referee's checking on both of these guys. We gotta see a winner, Paul. I don't wanna see this one end in a draw.
Marcus Mathers, Wheeler Yuta. Here at the White Eagle, Might Snow Beyond Wrestling. Use that hashtag. Let us know what you think, as the young prodigy is more than holding his own against the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Wheeler Yuta.
Marcus Mathers struggling to get back up to his feet. Wheeler Yuta favoring his head and neck.
And the count has been broken. These two competitors meet in the center of the ring. And Yuta saying, I like this kid, bringing the fight.
Well, Yuta has seen his fair share of tough fights over the past year, whether it's inside of Beyond Wrestling Ring or otherwise. And now just the open hand strikes being exchanged, breaking down into forearms, firing up both men to get back up to a vertical base. Something's got to give, Paul. Every single one of these shots a potential concussion, a potential knockout.
Mathers feeling good after that last shot off the ropes.
Well, that don't feel good. That inverted atomic drop going to be targeting the base of your spinal column, and a running forearm from Wheeler Yuta, catching himself on the ropes. And now Yuta once again maybe looking to take a high risk. It paid off with the splash. Will it with the crossbody? Oh no! Was looking for a drop kick. He got plucked out of midair with a sitting powerbomb. Marcus is gonna be, oh man!
Almost got it, and now going right on the attack again. But no, Wheeler Yuta knew exactly where he was. He knew he was in danger.
Now Marcus couldn't even get a hold applied. Maybe looking to take another risk, and maybe that's what Marcus has to do. He can't wrestle Wheeler Yuta's conservative style.
Incoming, up and over the top, to the floor, taking down Wheeler Yuta.
Huge burst of energy from Marcus Mathers. He's going to ride it into a victory. Going to get Yuta back into the ring. Going to be scaling to the top rope once again. Maybe looking for a splash of his own. Wheeler Yuta, can he get out of the way?
Up top. 450 splash.
Picture perfect. Marcus is beat. The ring of, oh man.
I thought he had it, but maybe that second or second and a half after hitting that 450.
The recoil put him out of position, Paul. But how about this submission from Marcus Mathers? Not something that I'm used to seeing. Wheeler Yuta, you think he's got a counter for it?
Wheeler Yuta has a counter for everything, but the one that is the most effective at all times is getting that foot on the rope.
The pain etched on the face of Wheeler Yuta, very similar, very different hold, but a very similar damage done.
As now Marcus Mathers and Wheeler Yuta continue their big-time fight. Big fight feel here at the White Eagle for this one.
You got to think this would have been the main event of tonight's program had Leo Rush versus Alec Price not been added. Two competitors originally not scheduled to compete at Might Snow. And like you had said, going back to American Rana, when we saw Dustin Waller, Kylon King, and Alec Price getting in the face of Ortiz, Eddie Kingston, and Wheeler Yuta, do you think that their time has passed them by here in Beyond Wrestling?
We're about to find out. Marcus Mathers giving to Yuta what he has given to plenty of opponents in the past.
Well, taking a page out of the BCC's playbook, but Yuta, even from a prone position, able to fire back, and now just rapid fire stomps the head. Was Marcus signaling to tap out there?
No, referee Tyler Calloway says no, but he doesn't know what he's signaling for at this point because Yuta might have just put him out.
Well, it's always up to the referee's discretion. That was a smart move earlier, too. Also catching Channing Thomas, laying out the independent wrestling champion with a pair of brass knuckles. Imagine if Bakabella was the independent wrestling champion. We almost saw Marcus Mathers beat the Ring of Honor Pure champion. Those educated feet.
Oh, no, he caught him. He caught him. Shoulders down. Almost got him. Spinning back kick. Kick to the chin, but a lariat from the Pure champion.
Laid him out. Marcus Mathers is crumpled in a heap of himself.
And now, going for that submission that he used to apply here many times in the past.
Got across the legs of his opponent. He's looking for that Dakota submission. Oh, no!
But instead, a Dakota tombstone. And Yuta is your winner.
Here is your winner, Wheeler Yuta!
I mean, Paul, Marcus gave it his all, but getting dropped on your head like that, that's going to be tough for anybody to survive. That was a nasty, nasty spill. I hope that Marcus is okay, but that just goes to demonstrate the lengths that Yuta had to go to. He was forced to go to those lengths in order to walk out of Might Snow victorious here tonight.
Wheeler Yuta showing that he still belongs here in a Beyond Wrestling ring, and that Marcus Mathers belongs right beside him.